Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your mid-July monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Virgo, and I am back using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puy-Moon Law. And if you want to know more about my, my pricing and my schedule, you're more than welcome to check out my about section on my YouTube channel because I have everything out there. And if you'd like a private reading with me, you're more than welcome to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. I do appreciate all your subscribing and messaging, and I do read everything. So let me just see what you guys get. This is for the second half of July, okay, mid-July to the end of July, and to see how things have shifted from my main, general July reading. So I have been shuffling here. Ooh, this is a combination I don't normally see. Wow, you've got an interesting end of your month, okay? So, first and foremost, and I do not remember what you guys got for July, the main part of July, okay, for the first part, okay? You got the moving card as the outcome, so 7 of Cups. This also indicates travel. Some of you are moving in the second part of July and or going away. There's this 7 of Swords, which is very odd. It is coming up in the position of your attitude. So there's some lying, cheating, or some kind of deception going on. Either on your part or on somebody else's part. If you're in a relationship, this is where your partner is cheating on you. Specifically, if you're female and you have a male partner, this is where he's cheating on you. It can also indicate a guy-guy situation. So if you're in a relationship with a guy and you're a guy, this is where he's cheating. You could be cheating as well. There may be thoughts about cheating. It may not be full-on sex with the other person. It may just be like an emotional affair. Although a lot of times I will see the 7 of Swords in the position of emotions if it's just an emotional affair. So this is where I don't really put anything past anyone, and I go ahead and say, for the most part, this is where somebody's cheating on you. And you may not even be aware of this. This is in the position of your attitude, so it's like for those of you who are single, though, this is you kind of hiding from the world, not wanting to move or not wanting to make changes or not wanting to put your face out there. And it starts color-wise, it's very cool colors. A lot of purple, a lot of white, okay? Especially in like the middle of July, in the recent past, even the first part, it's very, very cold. It's on the colder side. And you do have a pop of color, the sun, okay, coming in. This card lighting up the whole thing, which is interesting. This is a victory card. This is riding off into the sunset. This is joy. But it's so modified because you have this directly after this 7 of Swords. So it's like the universe is saying to you, Virgo, go out, enjoy the sun, enjoy life. Life is there for you. You're at this point in time where you should be enjoying life. But then it's like, for some reason, there's this negative person in your life, or there's some negativity, coming from you. I feel like this is like a partnership, a partner that's cheating. And it's just like everything goes to shit. In the position of emotions, you have, the drop of promise, which is really good financial prosperity. This is also having feelings for someone. This is a great place to be emotionally, okay, for the end of July. However, again, you have the Ace of Cups, which is really great. You have the Sun, which is really great. You have the 7 of Cups, which is really great. But then we have the 7 of Swords, kind of like a monkey wrench being thrown in at the end of July. kind of clouding up or muddying up the waters here. So I can't say that, you know, you're really going to be that happy for too long. It's going to be kind of a rough road. Now, this is if you're in a partnership. If you're not in a partnership, again, this is where you don't want, you're kind of hiding from the world. You don't want the world to know who you really are. You don't want to really go out there and show yourself to the world. There's some element of you hiding. You know, this is also where someone may turn their back on you. And you know that they've turned their back on you. This is somebody who's also trying to escape responsibility. Those of you who are in a relationship with someone and there's kids involved, this is the person that doesn't really want to pay their child support. This is the person that ignores you. This is the person that like sleeps with you and then, you know, never hear from again. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's kind of someone who's just turned their back on you, can indicate that. Now, let's talk about what I call the heartbeat of the reading, which is the High Priestess and the Emperor, which it is very unusual. You have a very unusual type of spread here. This is the kind of thing where it's tricky. And I'm going through each element one by one because it's very, very tricky. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you have the High Priestess. This is the path that you're on, okay? You know, blocked by the Emperor, okay? Which is what's crossing you, okay? So you have the Emperor there. They're very, very light. Both cards are very, very light. They're both major arcana cards. The High Priestess is usually a medium, someone who has what I call mediumship abilities, skills. They can channel, and they are like a direct channel to source, to deceased loved ones. Okay, and their light is like, you know, they have a lot of light to offer the world. Okay. This is also using your intuition. This is also having having some secrets. This is also fertility, pregnancy, and this is also death. Okay. You know, to have the Emperor crossing you is kind of like a wall is being, you're kind of being shut down. So it's like your light is being blocked, okay, by some person, okay, or by fate. Okay, now if it's fate, because the Emperor can be fate, okay, but it also can be a Taurus, Aries, or Capricorn, male or female. Okay, this is, or just a really strong individual. This is a power, this is like a match for power. This is the light and the dark. This is the yin and the yang. This is the male-female fight for, this is the fight for control. This is, it's sort of like the High Priestess. It's like a high spiritual person. Spirituality is like at the mastery level, okay? The Emperor is sort of very grounded in the material, is very grounded in the, you know, the structure of how things are done every day, where the High Priestess is just like up here. And so we have this very, someone who's like an air sign versus someone who's like an earth sign. So Virgo males, you may be in a relationship with the High Priestess, or you may know someone who's the High Priestess. You may be talking to a lot of mediums or psychics, or this could be, you know, your girlfriend. But this is where two people really don't match up. Okay, this is where, you know, the oil and water kind of thing go. You know, it's just they're not matching up. You know, the Emperor is also elements of fate. So it's like, this is fated for this person to have secrets. This is fated where this person gets pregnant. This is fated where there's a death in the family. This is like the fourth sign that this has come up, where death is an issue in the month of July. So I'm just telling you guys that there's something going on with the July energy where there's a lot of maybe exit points for people. what you call exit points, where a lot of people pass away at this time. It's just very strange to me, but yeah. So I don't. I don't like to see the High Priestess has so much light and so much love to offer the world. I don't really like to see her being blocked by anything. And being blocked by the Emperor, on the one hand, it's fated to be this way. On the other hand, it's challenging, to say the least, okay? So, for those of you Virgo females, this is going to be a very challenging time. There is no way to get past the Emperor. The Emperor is the highest, one of the highest. So you have the High Priestess, who's highest spiritual standing person. And then you have the Emperor, which is a very strong-minded male, which he will not do what you ask. He will never compromise. He will always win, and he will always get his way, and he will always he'll never change. It'll always be status quo until the end of time for him. So this is just a very strong, competitive couple that I see, or energies that are going on in the midst of everything. This is a challenge. This is the challenge, okay, for you, Virgo. Now, I know Virgo has had a lot of tough readings, and I want to address that. I don't sugarcoat anything, and I don't redo the spreads because it's better or worse or whatever. A lot of times my computer gives me issues, and a lot of times, I have to interrupt my readings. I can't go, 40 minutes. Sometimes, I have to take a call or whatever. So stuff comes up. So it's just, I don't like sugarcoating. I just do it in the moment, and it is what it is. Now, in this reading, because it is very strong, that there's these two strong elements, major arcana cards coming up in the middle of everything, that it may just seem like it's a rocky month. It may seem like, no matter what you do, you're trying to make some headway and you can't. There may be some challenges in moving. There may be some challenges in your relationship. There may be some challenges. I feel like, you're being tested. You got the Hanged Man card as well, which is a major arcana card, okay? Now, Leo also had these issues, similar issues, where there's a lot of major arcana going, lessons to learn in July. You may be, and I'm getting a tingle on this, maybe in a relationship with a Leo, because you have the Sun card here, okay? To me, that's Leo. That's Leo. This could also be a Cancer person, Pisces as well, but that you're in a relationship with. But I feel like it's more, even a Gemini. Some of you ladies, Virgo ladies, may be in a relationship with a Gemini guy, but it feels more to me that these are lessons that you're learning, that you're here to learn, and it's like, come hell or high water, you're going to learn them. That's what the universe is kind of forcing the issue, because it's like the High Priestess up against the Emperor. This is like the major showdown. This is a showdown. I wouldn't want to see these two go head to head. If this was like one of those, Avengers movies, they really don't make a superhero like the High Priestess. The High Priestess is like capable of anything. But the Emperor, it's like, we've got the light thrower, and then we've got the rock thrower. You know what I mean? Who's going to win? That's the question. The light thrower is always going to be able to, like, in a way, outsmart the Emperor. And maybe the only person to get around the Emperor is the High Priestess. Because she's, in a way, at a higher level. But she is still vulnerable. This is a conundrum. I'm going to be thinking about this one for a while, actually. The thing about the Emperor is that he's really grounding. And the high priestess isn't even on the ground. She's floating in the air. Okay, she's hanging out in the air with this owl. So she's as ungrounded as it comes, you know. And the Emperor is as grounded as they come. So again, who's going to win? If they go head to head, who's winning? This is a match. This is a serious match, which I think, you know, if this was a boxing situation, you know, everyone would sign up for tickets to watch this. If this is you being in a relationship with this person, if you're in a relationship with a Taurus, Capricorn, Aries male, and you are the high priestess, meaning you're very sensitive, you're, you know, you have some medium skills, you know, you're very spiritually minded. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, because this is a match that's going to cause you grief. At some point, it's going to cause you some grief. You two are capable of literally killing each other. Well, no, not literally, but you could kill each other, because the Emperor will want his way, and he will always get it, and you'll see right through him. They're just not on the same page. They're literally just not on the same page. They are not a match. Let's just put it that way. They're not a match. That's why I feel like there's going to be some cheating involved down the line, because they're not matching up. It may be fated for you to be in a relationship with this person, this guy, if you're the high priestess female here, but it feels very, very, very challenging, and this is just going to cause you grief. I can't really imagine being in this relationship. This is a relationship that it really is not a match made in heaven. It's not. You know, it may have been made karmically, or may have been, you know, fate-wise for you to be in this relationship to learn something from, but it's not, I don't feel like it's going to go long term. Some of you are blocked by fate, in the sense that things are not going to go your way. And at the end of July or middle of July, it's really going to be, in a way, all about a test. Because we have the hangman hang out in the middle of everything. So there's a lot of ungroundedness going on. And you're Virgo, and you are the earth sign. So this is a challenging, testing kind of time. You have a little bit of reprieve, in the sense that you have the foundation as the Empress. Okay, so you have the Empress energy as well as the High Priestess energy. Okay, which is really amazing. Okay. It's, again, a lot of really light. There's a lot of light going on. Some of you are light workers, okay? Message me if you are. Because you got the Empress, you got the Fool, you got the Star, you got the High Priestess, you got the Hangman, you got the Emperor, all in, and you got the Sun, all in one major cluster. So you almost have what Capricorn, I think, had a while back, which was all major arcana cards. You almost have that. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. 7 cards out of the 10 card spread. Yeah, so that's saying a lot right there. You know, you have the Fool, which is travel. So there's a lot of travel, moving energy going on. In the recent past, you may be moving again at the end of July, or, you know, planning another trip, or there's just maybe people flying in, or, you know, people flying out. There's just a lot of movement there. You have also the Star card, crowning you, which is healing energy. Okay, healing. Now, I'm looking at this High Priestess Emperor situation from a very, like, marital standpoint, or relationship standpoint. But if we're looking at it from the lesson standpoint, what you're learning in July is the very, very high spiritual, but at the same time the very, very low grounded, you know, how to be practical lesson. So you've got two extremes, two major. They're both high, very, very high, very, very low. You're learning magic and creativity, and being the star of your ship. Um, you've got the Star and the Empress. These are beautiful, beautiful cards. If I was to put these three together, I mean, all together, just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. As well as the Fool. So we got the Fool there, which is very light. See, they're all pretty much spreading their wings. Very similar. It's sort of like Virgo, it's time for you to spread your wings. It's kind of like the universe is saying, spread your wings, fly, learn, grow. And because you have the foundation as the Empress and you're on track for the High Priestess, chances are some of you are pregnant, okay, that are watching this. And don't freak out here. I'm not trying to scare you, but, we got that going on. But there's many blessings that are happening here too in the middle of July, because you have the Star card, which is healing, which is blessings, which is, the heavens really looking down on you. It's so intense that, and it's very bright, that it's hard for me to really know what to make of it. I mean, artistically, it's gorgeous, okay? Creatively, it's gorgeous. What does that mean for you? I feel like, Virgo, you're going, well, what does that mean? It's just the kind of thing with energy is really different. It's changing, it's shifted. It's not so heavy, it's very light, it's very airy. I wouldn't be surprised if you are in contact with some air signs. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, if your relationship with an air sign, Virgo. I mean, you could be the Virgo, you male, you could be the Emperor, okay? And very strong. You may also have Capricorn or Taurus in your chart. You may have more than just one earth sign planet in your chart. You may be really, and you may be surrounded by beautiful women, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, females. You may be dating them, or you may be in a relationship with one and she's pregnant, or she's, the mother of your children, type of thing. And she has a lot of light. She also might be someone that, you're crossing paths with, and you might not know what to make of her. She's kind of just really different, okay? So in a way, you've met your match. I want to say, in a way, you've met your match. However, this is a scary match, because when they go head to head, they fight on completely different terms. They're just really different. So connecting on a practical level on, do we like the same things, ... check, may be really challenging. I don't necessarily feel like this is romantic. I feel like these are lessons for you to learn, okay? I don't feel like necessarily this is going to be your life partner. I feel like this is, if you cross paths with this high spiritual person, they're there to teach you some spiritual lessons. And it's sort of like the universe is just blessing you and blessing you and blessing you and blessing you with this person in your life. Okay. So it's less about wanting to change them. It's more about accepting them for who they are. Whether you are the High Priestess, Virgo, or whether you are the Emperor, okay? Whoever you are in here in this reading, you are in July supposed to really be accepting that person for who they are, and they're supposed to kind of take a look at you, and you might kind of find each other quite interesting. You might really end up liking each other. It's either going to be love or hate. I don't feel like there's romance. I feel like it's possible, but I feel like it's more just like fated to be where you learn these lessons from each other, and you teach each other things. And this Seven of Swords is really throwing me because it doesn't really make much sense. But you know, there may be someone at work too that's causing you issues. Where there's some deception going on at work. You're definitely overdue for promotion at work. You're working too hard, Virgo, I feel. You're working way too hard. So don't be afraid to put your best face forward. Don't be afraid to ask for the promotion or the raise. Don't hide, okay? Don't hide yourself away. You need to really stand up for yourself. You need to climb every mountain kind of thing, search high and low, find your dream, go for it. Because I see really there's nothing else holding you back with the exception of this Emperor dude or girl, okay, who may have other ideas and other lessons for you to learn, okay? But I don't really see it necessarily as you being held back entirely. It's like the light and the dark have to work together. There's always going to be a shadow for everyone. We all have a shadow no matter what. That's how light and dark works. So try to work with that as much as you can. Balancing out your shadow side. Embracing the maybe negative aspects of yourself. If anybody can really face the Emperor, it's the High Priestess, I think, because the High Priestess knows what the Emperor's thinking. The High Priestess sees right through it. So even though he thinks he's solid and he can't see, she can't see him, she can, and she can outsmart him. So they can't. There's damage to be done, but it's. More than likely, you're really going to learn from it more than anything. So you may come out a little bit scratched from the experience, but I don't think it's going to kill you. They could, there is that ability to really do some damage there to each other. So be careful who you're in relationships with. If you come across a person who is a very Emperor-like dude, girl or dude, just be forewarned that this is your extreme match, your arch nemesis, that person that kind of can rub you the wrong way if you're not careful, and if you don't remember who you are. You need to remember who you are in July, because who you are, I feel, is the High Priestess for Virgo ladies, and for who you are is the Emperor for Virgo males. Now, the Emperor is a force to be reckoned with, but know that the Emperor can be outsmarted as much as he'd like to think otherwise. He can. So be careful who you get, kind of mixed up with. Is the only thing that I will say. The last thing that I will say. But fate is tricky. Fate is one of those things not happening the way you want or the timing that you want. You may think okay, here's another scenario. The High Priestess may think she knows the answers, but then fate says, no, it's not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. It's going to happen on my time. And so then the High Priestess gets pissed off and is like, well, what the fuck? This is when it was supposed to happen. The bus was supposed to come now. And, I was supposed to meet Mr. Right ages ago. And the Emperor says, no, honey, you've got it all wrong. It happens when I want it. The world revolves around me. Don't you remember? We had this agreement, eons ago, 10 million years ago that I was going to come here and I was going to tell you that you don't get to have your way. And the High Priestess is like, look, I can see through you. Okay. Yes, you think you're stone, but you're not. This is not solid. Nothing is set in stone. Fate goes, but guess what? It is. It is set in stone. It is. Ha ha ha. And the priestess goes, fuck you. You know, I don't want to deal with this shit. You know, get out of my way. You know, she gives him that cold stare, that freezing, ice cold stare. And the emperor looks right back at her, and that stare, his eyes are like beady. They're like dark, they're beady. And she's just like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe that I'm going through this, you know, right now. So you may be in a little bit of a disbelief, okay, that fate is kind of working its way on you, and you may feel like it's completely out of your control. And the thing is Virgos don't like that at all, okay? They don't like that at all because they like to plan. They like everything to be on the dot, spotless, orderly, organized. So something may happen mid-July that you're not expecting. That wasn't supposed to happen. That may not have been supposed to happen for like 10 years, but it happened, you know? So like, you know, business may close and you're like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen, you know? Or you may get a raise, but it wasn't supposed to happen. So it might actually go the other way. It might be very positive. But for the most part, in the middle of July, I would expect that things don't go necessarily your way. And when they don't go your way, instead of being like, I can't believe this. What the fuck is going on? Why is this happening? Put it in the back of your mind that it's the lesson that you're supposed to learn from this experience that's fated to be. And better to accept it than not accept it, because it's part of this huge cluster of lessons that you're supposed to be going through in July. And it's just one box that you need to check off. Be like, okay, I get it now. Fate has some shit in store for me, and I'm going to check that box. Thank you, and bye-bye, you know? Great. You'd be like, great, just great. You know, fuck you to the emperor, you know? You could do that if you want, or you could just say, bless you, bless you. You know, it's up to you how you want to handle it. Better to say bless you than fuck you, though. I've learned that lesson. So that's all for now, my lovely Virgos. I wish I could help you out here more than that, but that's what I'm getting. So I send you big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon, okay? Take care.